Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. It's a nice day outside, so I thought we might do a daily. See what's happening in Bitcoin. As you can see up here, dead cat bounce. Is this a dead cat bounce? That's the big question. Is the Bitcoin down, out of the hole? Will it do this move towards downside? That's the big question, right? Now, if you go and read on X, on Twitter, crypto Twitter or crypto X, you will notice that there are not actually many bearish, guys. Even the guys that are actually have been bearish after these, 20% moves towards downside, everybody's right now again very, very much bullish. Everybody's buying the dip. Now, I do not like that everybody's buying the dip. That's one thing. So I do believe that there will be another move towards downside. So we're gonna check that out. But we are at resistance level, so it is important to know. If you look at the chart a little bit over here, right now Bitcoin is up 0.5%, but altcoins are up like 5, 6, 7% towards upside over here. Some coins are actually doing double digits towards upside, recovering very, very nicely. But most coins are only up like 2, 3, 4%. So this can, turn ugly very, very fast. That said, you also see that dominance has been going down over here. We're gonna look at dominance a little bit. We're gonna also see what Ethereum has been doing. I have not actually been looking at Ethereum. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's actually happening. Ethereum versus Bitcoin, having a nice little pump up here towards upside. We're also gonna look at sorry about that. We're also gonna look at total 2 and total 3 and see how they have been performing. And that's basically what we're gonna look at. Just look at a little bit, on lines and see how this is actually playing out. Will there be a move? Just a second, I just gotta tell my kids. Mika, kan du gå ner och inte skrika pappa jobbar? Sorry about that. That's the life when you got a kid. How's everybody in the chat? Hope you're doing well. Simply human, no holes in that Bitcoin. I hope so. Simply, I usually buy on bloody days, but couldn't get away from the birthday party to jump into the alt buffet. So you do hope they do go towards downside. Now there is, a probability to do this move up here towards downside. So there might be a chance for you again to buy. We're gonna check that out. Theta is a better buy. Local sell your alts, just hold Bitcoin or lose everything. So this is actually very good for alts. When people say that, you should just hold Bitcoin and, sell altcoins. Altcoins are dead, they're not moving. This is Bitcoin only rally. That is when actually, altcoins actually start performing well. Hello, sir. Can you do one man wiggle? What is a one man wiggle? I don't know what that is. 9 AM start on the dollar. Exactly, on the dollar, man. Good morning, Dimitri. How are you doing? Good morning, fam. Where you been? I've been around, but I haven't been actually that. I don't know. Life. I always say life. So what is actually happening in Bitcoin up here now? If you go a little bit higher time frame over here on the daily time frame, you'll see this line that we've been having, and we didn't want to go below. We actually went below that. Over here, over here a couple of days ago, we managed to hold above the line and then we crossed back below the line. There was no bullish engulfing candle. There are double wicks on downside. We moved towards the upside up here. We're still not back above the line, so this could be a dead cat bounce. Now a dead cat bounce is just any kind of move that goes towards upside and continues going down. These are the dead cat bounces. So what we are over here seeing, there is a very good chance for this dead cat bounce. It's not technically dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounces are in the bear market when stuff just bleeds towards downside for a very, very long time. So it does these dead cat bounces towards upside. I don't think this is a dead cat bounce, but it is a kind of bounce that's gonna reverse back towards downside. There is a very good chance for that. Oftentimes these patterns play like this over here. They go in some this whether this is ascending triangle over here or a triangle like this over here. Regardless, this over here is a retest right now. So the best case scenario is just coming right up here inside that and just continuing towards upside. Just a V-shaped recovery towards upside. I mean, that would be the best case scenario. If that does not happen, and oftentimes that doesn't happen that very fast, especially at some kind of tops when you want to push it more towards downside. Oftentimes the other scenario up here is getting the double bottom down here, double bottom, and then getting back inside the channel. The third option is doing the zigzag move over here sideways up here below the line and then getting back above the line. And the fourth option up here is going back even below the previous lows down here towards downside, and then having another major crash inside this blue box. This blue box down here is liquidity zone, so there is also a still chance to get back inside the liquidity zone. Again, nothing is set in stone. This is not over just yet. You'll also see if you pop some moving averages here on the daily time frame. So you're gonna see up here, this is a daily time frame. Let's remove everything else from the daily time frame. You'll see up here that we've been climbing above the moving averages, consolidating up here, and then we went below 1020 and the 1020 and the 50 moving average over here towards downside. Right now we're just hitting those levels again on the pump towards upside. So we still got this zone over here that we need to break above to actually be good and dandy, right? And there is also the line over here that we need to get above. So everything is right now around 60-70k levels over here towards upside, where we need to break towards upside and for continuation towards upside. We still haven't done that. So there is that. Let's go back to the 4-hourly over here. We are climbing a little bit up, sorry, 4-hourly over here. So, this move again towards downside to create this double bottom up here, or start doing this zigzag pattern over here towards upside before we actually break. We need to see how this actually gonna play out. There is this line up here that's broken. So this big dump that we had for 2 days, this big dump over here sideways, and the second big dump up here is actually broken. So the way I see it right now, this dumpage that's been going on for 2 days with Iran-Israel war, or whatever you want to call it, this FUD that's been going around, it's kind of done the way I see it, right? So the way the reason we're gonna have or can have this double bottom over here is because this right now move is gonna retest this line over here towards downside over here towards these bottoms, and then you go do this double bottom over here, and then you break towards upside, right? So you can have this retest on the line back on the side over here. I wouldn't consider that actually to be that bullish to have the double bottom over here, but if you can do something like this over here, create some kind of triangle over here that slowly getting squeezed towards the stop up here and breaking that towards upside, that might be actually a lot better. But right now, the way I see it, again, these big dumps that we had for 2 days, there was actually big dumps on Bitcoin, but altcoins did, break definitely towards downside. It is right now done because we are actually breaking the trend over here. Now the other kind of trends are not broken, but the way I see the dump that's been happening, it is over, technically speaking, right? And right now we are having this pullback towards upside up here. You can see only on the 4-hourly this dump is actually done, right? Because this is 4-hourly, very, very speedy dump towards downside. But if you look at on daily time frame, this is just right now. Kind of getting, you can say it like this over here, getting started, but there will be right now, maybe this is gonna be some kind of top over here where we pull back again towards downside over here, create this double bottom, and then even on the daily time frame we break the trend over here to sideways, which is actually going to be very, very bullish, and we can actually continue towards upside. Again, nothing is set in stone. This needs to play out a little bit more. We still need to get it back above the line over here. We're not above the line and all that shebang. Will we get into the liquidity zone up here? I think a lot of people want to get below 58k level all the way down to 52k level, this liquidity zone on the downside over here, because there is a lot of liquidity picked up there. On the other side, I did see somebody posting on X, how many people will we get, how much money will get liquidated if we get above, I think above 74 or something like that. So the way I see it right now, the pain is towards upside, because if you go towards upside, I think there is like 8.4 billion in liquidations that's gonna happen if you go back above these highs up here towards upside. And you can see also that because we came very, very high up here, people start shorting. There was heavy shorting over here, there was heavy shorting over here, breaking this towards downside, continuous shorting towards downside. Everybody is right now trying to short and push this towards downside. So if you do bounce from these levels towards upside, there will be a whole bunch of people getting liquidated. There will be a short squeeze, and this can actually pump towards upside very, very fast and very hard. So this actually looks okay, the way I see it. When it looks at Bitcoin, everything looks okay and dandy. You can also go up here and see that this latest dump up here that's right now we just had, I mean, it actually technically already happened. That was 70% dump towards downside. On Bybit it was a little bit more heavier. I mean, on Bybit we had right now over here 19% dump But over here, the biggest was 17%, 16% give or take. But you'll see that, you know, I keep drawing these, you know, dumps over here. These are 20% dumps, 20%, 20%, 20% dumps. And this over here is also a 20% dump right now. So if you just look at the dumps, it looks like dumps are done, guys. It looks like dumps are done. And even though right now we do have this low over here and lower low over here, technically the trend is changing. Maybe there is some kind of, you know, expanding musical instrument up here. We're right now expanding towards over here, and we're gonna see how this actually plays out. Somebody posted in Telegram today a very nice chart. I'm gonna show you the chart over here. What is the chart? Copy over here, and what you're gonna see on this chart up here, this pattern that a lot of people are seeing right now, and this is from back before in 2020 over here. So this is the chart of where we are right now. This is the chart 2020, 2021. You see this, you know, this house over here. Then we pull back, then consolidated. Then we started rallying, did this, you know, zigzag pattern up here at top, zigzag pattern up top. There was this, you know, big move towards upside, big move towards upside, but there was a small, you know, zigzag pattern up here that also played out, and we came to this, you know, right now we came into this big zigzag pattern up here, just like we came over here. This was a 30% dump on Bitcoin before the latest move towards the upside over here. Everybody kind of expect this to play out the same way still. I thought this was an interesting chart, so I thought I'd show you that. But it looks like, you know, it might be the same kind of pattern that's being playing out. So this next move towards the upside. And it is very likely, because a lot of people right now are looking for the next move towards the upside, because this was actually quite needed. The dump that right now altcoins did have, you know, it is just, you know, total carnage on everything. Like the, you know, everything dropped down another 30%. Like over here, I've been saying that, you know, the alts are already down 30%. How much can they drop, right? So I did believe that over here, after 30% drop on altcoins, we're gonna just continue towards upside. But right now we got this, you know, 50% move down over here. Right now the latest dump was 30%. This was definitely, you know, big carnage on altcoins, and all of the altcoins did this kind of moves. I mean, we had 2 days of total panic selling, total, you know, FUD being going around about, you know, the World War III. And, you know, I don't know if you know, but in China in China they don't call it World War III, they call it season 3. You know, World War I was season 1, World War II was season 2, and World War III is season 3. So they're calling me, this is the season 3 right now. I thought that was funny. Anyways, so there's been a lot of fun with this season 3 coming along, and, you know, for 2 days we've been dumping down 20% on altcoins, more than 20%. Some altcoins were even dumping like 30% a day. There are pullbacks, so, you know, total carnage on altcoins was like 30 to 40% towards downside. But again, you know, you will see that a lot of altcoins are right now holding some major levels of support, and there is a very good chance for some kind of bounce, maybe some kind of bounce. Now you can also see that we are creating lower lows over here, for example on Cardano over here towards downside. But that doesn't worry us very much, because these bigger trends over here right now are just pulling down to these very low levels. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. That brings us to the next thing over here. Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart up here, getting a small little bump towards upside. I'm still saying that, you know, it is about time for this to go towards upside. I don't know how much this can actually dump, guys. You know, if I've seen some kind of chart like this over here on any kind of coin, and I was trading or something like that, I would probably say this is actually looking very good for a move towards upside. It came into this expanding musical instrument. It broke down over here right now. It's getting pushed down so hard right now, especially over here. You can see all these wicks towards upside, where we thought that, you know, this needs to go, then this needs to go, that didn't go. It still broke towards downside, but I don't see this actually breaking down outside of the channel towards downside. So anytime we are at the bottom down here, I'm looking for this move towards upside over here. So if it goes even a little bit lower over here towards downside, I'm still looking for this move towards upside. When it comes to Ethereum versus Bitcoin, Ethereum right now is up 2.5%, while Bitcoin is all up to 0.6%. This is 2-week time frame. Let's go to a clean chart over here on Ethereum. Let's go to the daily time frame. There are a couple lines up here, but you know, even Ethereum up here right now is just doing this, you know, that cat bounce kind of, you know, move towards upside over here right now, and it's not getting rejected just yet, but, you know, it just doing this that cat bounce like Bitcoin is doing. So we gotta see how this actually gonna play out on the weekly time frame up here. Let's remove the the charts up here, we did go all the way down to the 10 moving average over here. Right now we are bouncing a little bit, we've been consolidating over here right now, pulling back, and you'll see also that Ethereum is actually holding the support still. You know, can we do another move towards downside over here, you know, consolidate on the line down here before the next move? I think we definitely can right now. The big trend line over here on the downside, when it comes to Ethereum, is still holding. We did pull back a whole bunch towards downside over here, and it is about time, the way I see it, you know, to bounce somewhere over here towards upside. Maybe this is line over here. Let me see if this actually goes towards downside up here. So this channel up here, so we are right now on the bottom of that channel over here, that's been going towards downside. We tap that, we are also on the bottom over here. Can we do some kind of zigzag pattern up here before we actually go towards upside? We can. If this should actually break over here, that I think that would be actually very bad for Bitcoin and everything else. So I don't want to see, for example, Ethereum to going back below something like 26 27k levels over here towards downside, because this big, you know, long-term trend line over here is going to get broken. And if that gets broken, and then this channel also gets broken towards downside, like this over here would be capitulation and everything. I think everybody would be in, you know, massive panic towards the downside. That's why right now this is actually just pulling back towards downside over here. Right now there is line over here right now getting tapped. So I do believe that we might have in the next couple of days another move towards downside, get this, you know, double bottom down here again, like just like Bitcoin does, or even some kind of consolidation phase up here before the next move towards upside. But as soon as, the way I see it, as soon as actually Ethereum breaks this channel towards upside up here, I think that Ethereum Bitcoin chart over here will actually explode towards upside, because Ethereum needs let's go back to USDT chart. Let's go back to QCon chart. Ethereum needs to break out of the channel towards upside, because it's still slowly bleeding over here. It's been bleeding slowly since you know, 11th March towards downside, and I still believe that it needs to break this towards upside over here, this channel towards upside. But once it breaks towards the upside, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart will also break towards upside, and everything will go through the roof. Bitcoin dominance. Over here you'll see that there was, let's start with the channel over here on the chart. There was this resistance level over here, and there was this support level over here. Everybody, when looking at this triangle actually broke towards upside. But right now that we actually broken towards upside and exploded towards upside, the question is this going to continue, right? So I've been looking at the chart over here, and I've been thinking like, where is the tops and stuff like that, and these bottoms up here. And you remember this line over here that's been going, it goes something like this up here towards upside. Right now we're just stepping that we are, yes, we did break the resistance level. This might be some kind of capitulation move. If you remember, Benjamin Cohen says that we are going up to the 60% level up here all the way towards upside. It can still happen, but right now we're just you know, channel up here towards upside. We might do something like that and explode towards upside, just like we did over here. You know, we've been pulling back and then explode towards upside, and once we explode towards upside, then it pull back, right? So if you see some kind of explosion in Bitcoin where it actually, you know, the dominance goes towards upside, I don't believe the dominance is going to go slowly towards upside or something like that and slowly go towards downside. I think if you go to 60% or anything like that, it's going to be a big fast move towards upside over here towards 60%, and then, you know, fast move again towards downside, because there is no slow move up here towards, I mean, technically it's been slow move towards upside, but if this last move above 73k comes, then this move up here towards 60% is going to be very fast. At least the way I see it right now. But technically right now, you know, we are still in the channel. We are still getting rejected by this channel towards upside up here. Even though, you know, the resistance up here is broken. Even though the resistance up here is broken, we are right now just pulling back to that resistance. We are still in the channel on the dominance, and we are getting rejected by the resistance over here towards upside. So as long as this hasn't actually breaking towards upside, there is a very good chance again for this to bleed towards downside. Especially right now that altcoins just did, you know, 2 days of 20% drops towards downside, and this is very important. Altcoins need to do this. Oftentimes you will see on altcoins that you know, you need these kind of drops on altcoins. These kind of, you know, 30% drops on altcoins, these big wicks, these big capitulation kind of types of moves, before the price actually goes towards upside. And the reason for that is because, you know, too many people went, you know, long over here, too many people went long over here. So pulling back just over here, you start getting everybody in fear down here. You crashing below everything, like everybody gets, you know, very emotional. Everybody starts panic selling. Everybody is down like 30-40%. Everybody thinks, you know, the war is coming. This is just going to continue towards downside. And everybody thinks that they start selling. You know, there is a massive amount of selling. When there is a massive amount of selling, there is also a massive amount of buying, because somebody has to buy your coins that you are selling. So so some bags have definitely been filled, and some bags of these big whales have definitely been filled right now in altcoins. So the way I see it right now, it is good, you know, good probability to go towards upside. It is not just, you know, a simple, you know, recovery towards upside. I do believe that there might be even a double bottom or some kind of pattern over here on the downside before we actually go towards upside. But we're gonna have to see how that actually plays out. Another chart we're gonna look at is total 2 chart, and let's look at total 3. This is without Bitcoin, Ethereum. So this is total crypto market cap without Bitcoin, Ethereum. But before we do that, there is a I wasn't done talking about dominance. So Benjamin Cohen says that 60% is major level of resistance, but I'm looking like, okay, where are actually the major level of resistance right now on the chart? And if you go towards upside, so if you just analyze the chart like we would analyze anything else, where is the major level of resistance? And the major level of resistance are these stops over here. That's at 57 levels, and these bottoms down here at 58%. So if you look at it here on the daily time frame, something like that, I do know that you know, Benjamin Cohen says that you know, 60% up here is the, you know, Ethereum, sorry, dominance is going to go to 60%, but the way I see it up here, just by analyzing the chart like we analyze anything else, the major level of resistance right now is 57-58% on the dominance. We already came very close, so we don't actually have to get into that that zone over here. Into that, we can get into the zone, and you know, the technically would say, you know, that is very important to get into that zone, but we don't have to do that because we came very close. But I would say between 57 and 58%. That's the major level of resistance when it comes to Bitcoin dominance up here. So we are still looking for this move towards downside eventually from these highs. Whether that's going to be 60%, 57, 58, we don't know. We are still in this channel up here, already getting a little bit rejected up here. So there is very good chance right now that, you know, maybe just this goes towards downside and drops over here, which would be very nice, because we just saw that, you know, this move up here that just happened, this is the capitulation in altcoins, right? So you know, there is I don't see how this is gonna have a double capitulation on altcoins. So, you know, there is very good chance right now that, you know, already up here at 57.05, or this is 57.6, you know, 57.6, 58, like give or take. It's very close. Like if you zoom out on the weekly time frame up here, I mean, you are almost kind of tapping that level, right? You almost kind of tap. But I thought that was interesting, so thought should mention that. Let's go back to total 3. This is the last thing we're gonna look at: crypto total market cap, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Without Bitcoin and Ethereum, what you're gonna see up here, that let's go to the daily time frame. You'll see these 2 days. You see how much we you know, total crypto market actually plummeted towards downside, and right now it's trying to recover up here towards upside, but it did plummet towards downside. What you're gonna see up here is that the trend is, you know, still holding very nicely. We came all the way down to the bottom of the trend, and right now we're recovering towards the upside. So technically we are still in the trend. Nothing major has been broken. Yes, this last trend over here has been broken towards downside, but the major uptrend line up here is still not broken. This, I think this is some kind of expanding musical instrument. Let's go something like this over here right now. So right now we are actually on the bottom when it comes to, you know, market cap without Bitcoin, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there is actually very nice place to bounce the way we see it. So is the altcoin season just around the corner? I mean, there is a good chance for that. I also saw, you know, that guy, Crypto Crown Cave, you know, Crypto Crown. I actually watched, I don't actually watch that him a lot, you know, from time to time, but, you know, a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, give or take, I watched one of his videos, and even he said like he doesn't believe that, you know, this bull market will last until the end of the year. He's thinking like summer or something like that. And, you know, that's still the plan right now, because once this last move starts happening over here, if you see, let me find a little bit clearer chart. Once this, let me just find some kind of big moving averages. Let me take the 50. Once this last move starts happening up here towards downside, it's not gonna go something like, you know, very slow. There is no slow move Once this starts happening, it's gonna go very, very fast. And the way we see this fast move, when it starts happening, I mean, it's really hard to see it. You know, it's gonna go all the way, you know, to 2024 and go towards the upside, right? It's really, really hard. There is also the trend line over here that's been following up here. So, you know, if you just go, you know, follow the trend line up here, you know, you're already at 1890 by October or something like that, just by following this trend line over here towards upside. But if it goes, it's gonna go very, very fast though. If it goes, it's gonna go, you know, it's gonna do this move very, very fast up here towards upside. So I don't see this, you know, bull market lasting until the end of the year 2025. But, you know, I don't know. We're gonna see once we get there. It looks okay right now, but the dump might come back in and scare us, everybody, again. Where is the line up here? Let's go a little bit back up here. What is the line up here? Okay, I need to draw a new line. So on the daily time frame, there is this line up here that we just talked about, something like this, give or take. So this is right now what that we are looking for. The double bottom up here might be an option. The zigzag pattern up here might be an option. The V-shaped recovery might be an option, although we don't see that. If you break below these lows down here, we are getting into the liquidity zone, and then, you know, the dumpage down might be all, you know, it could stop, you know, at 58, it could go below 58 at 55, it could go all the way down to 52 okay, levels. But if you get down into this zone where it's between the 58 and 52 levels, this is what we call liquidity zone. Liquidity zone down here inside the move, but that will only happen if you start going below these previous lows over here. Right, so if this double bottom up here doesn't hold, if this double bottom doesn't hold over here towards downside, if you go below these levels, then we might actually start looking at these very, very lows. Right now, very bullish, looking for this double bottom, looking for the zigzag pattern up here. Yes, there was another chart up here. Where is it? Let me just go a little bit back up here. That was in previous bull market up here. Small time frames, maybe 4-hourly time frames. Let's go to 4-hourly time frames over here. Let's go a little bit back. So over here, if you remember the chart that I just showed you over here from the guy that posted in the chat, this double, you know, this bottom down here before the next move towards upside. What you're gonna notice in 2020, just before the rally over here, we had actually double bottom over here, right? So over here, that's this 30% drop towards downside up here, 30% drop on the Bitcoin down. Everybody got really, really scared this is done and stuff like that, right? He started doing this, you know, very, very nice trend line over here. But what you're gonna see here, there was some kind of line over here, right? We broke that very, very important level of support over here. We went towards upside up here. We created this double bottom that I'm just like right now talking about. We consolidated, broke that, climbed on the line, and continued towards upside, right? So this double bottom that I'm talking about right now, it's the same place where this actually happened previously. So there is actually a very good chance for it happening again. So if you see over here on the line, our line right now, we have, you know, we came some kind of tops, did some kind of zigzag pattern, broke that line towards downside. So this double pattern up here before we climb up here and go towards upside, you know, that's a very good probability that happen, because patterns do repeat themselves, and it's a very, very nice pattern. Now, before we go, the chat. Sup, mate? How's your daughter late? 4 days to the halvening. Okay, now back to bull. Yeah, exactly. America told you so. Shorts will get wrecked sooner than later. Yeah, sooner than later. There is just too many shorts, like everybody's gonna get wrecked. Cute little fractal. Sell in May is still most true maxim, because I was waiting for May to buy lots. I don't know if you listen to Coinskid, maybe he knows a little bit more than me. You know, maybe that's still, you know, the theory is, you know, sell in May and then go away. What do you think about Follow? Can you make fast review, please? Not right now, man. It's 15/20, 2022. It's 15/20. What's happened on 15/20? Oh, you think we are here right now? You think we are on this little consolidation part before the next move? I don't know. It's 2020. So there is that, guys. There is that. That's the chat. That was you know, quick little dirty update for what's happening in Bitcoin and altcoins and all that shebang. we are not quite out of the box just yet. You know, the dead cat bounce and all of that shebang. Maybe some kind of double bottom consolidation. Best case scenario, again, V-shaped recovery. But until that happens, you know, there's that. When long? Soon. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll be around. Take care. It's nice day here in Norway, so, you know, go out, you know, feel the grass below your feet, you know, feel the sun in your face, you know, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.